Michael Jackson, the most famous man in the world, a performer whose name was known across continents, a man with millions, even hundreds of millions, of fans watching his every move. Crowds screamed when he appeared, fans fainted at his concerts, and wherever he went, the world followed. But have you ever wondered, what kind of life does someone like that actually live? How many facilities are arranged for a person at that level of fame? How much protection surrounds them every single day? And how many professionals work behind the scenes just to keep them safe, healthy, and ready to perform? Michael Jackson didn't live like an ordinary celebrity. Behind the fame, behind the music, there was a private world, carefully controlled, carefully protected. Around him were doctors, security teams, strict routines. Every detail of his daily life was carefully managed. What he ate, how he slept, who he met. Some people believed he was simply protecting his health. Others believed he was trying to maintain control over a life filled with constant pressure. But one question still remains. Why did the most famous man in the world live like someone constantly preparing for something? To understand that, we have to go back to the very beginning. Long before the fame, before the stadiums, before the screaming fans, Michael Jackson was just a young boy growing up in Gary, Indiana. His family wasn't rich. In fact, life was often difficult. His father, Joseph Jackson, believed in discipline, strict discipline. Music became the family's escape, a way out of poverty. At just 5 years old, Michael joined his brothers in a group that would later become known as the Jackson 5. Even at that age, something about him felt different. His voice was powerful, his energy was unmatched, and his stage presence felt far beyond his years. But success came with pressure, long rehearsals, constant performances, little time to live like a normal child. From the very beginning, Michael learned one thing: fame required sacrifice. By the time he became a teenager, Michael Jackson was already famous. But his real transformation happened in the 1980s. That's when he released albums that would change music forever. Songs like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. Suddenly, Michael Jackson wasn't just a singer. He became a global phenomenon. His music videos were watched by millions. His concerts sold out within minutes. Every move he made, every step he danced, became history. And with each success, his fame grew larger and more intense. People didn't just admire him. They were obsessed with him. At concerts, thousands of fans would scream his name. Some cried, some fainted, some waited outside hotels for hours just to catch a glimpse of him. Security teams had to work constantly to control crowds. Imagine living in a world where you could never walk outside freely. No grocery stores, no casual walks, no quiet moments in public. Every movement had to be planned. Every appearance had to be protected. Over time, that kind of pressure changes a person. It creates fear, it creates stress, and that's where things started to shift. As the years passed, Michael Jackson's lifestyle became more private, more structured, more protected. He surrounded himself with professionals, not just security guards, but medical experts. By the peak of his career, it is reported that he had multiple doctors with him at all times, monitoring his health, performing regular checkups, and ensuring that nothing affected his performances. Some rooms in his residences and tour locations were designed like mini medical stations, equipped to check vital signs, monitor sleep patterns, and provide immediate care if needed. Doctors didn't just monitor physical health. They also oversaw rest schedules, diet plans, and stress management, making sure that Michael could perform at his best. Their job was simple: keep him healthy, keep him performing, keep him safe. Because by that point, Michael Jackson wasn't just an artist. He was a global brand, a business, an icon responsible for thousands of jobs. Any illness, any injury could stop everything. So precautions became routine. Over time, his daily life started to follow strict systems. Schedules were carefully managed, meals were monitored, sleep routines were controlled. Medical professionals tracked his condition closely, measuring vital signs, monitoring fatigue, and ensuring recovery between performances. During tours, doctors traveled with him, ready to provide care at any location. Special rest and recovery rooms were often set up in hotels or private facilities, designed to provide maximum comfort and quick medical access. Traveling across countries, performing for hours, living under constant pressure, it takes a toll on the human body. And Michael Jackson's team knew that. That's why health checks became frequent, rest periods became essential, and privacy became a priority. His environment was designed to reduce risk, not just physical risk, but emotional stress as well, because fame at that level can be overwhelming. As the world watched him from the outside, Michael Jackson's life became increasingly isolated. He spent more time in controlled environments, private homes, secure locations, carefully managed spaces, some even equipped with medical monitoring systems for quick intervention if anything went wrong. Everything around him was designed to protect him. Security protected him from crowds. Assistants managed his schedule. Doctors monitored his health, sometimes even multiple times a day, checking for stress levels, sleep quality, and dietary needs. It was a life of comfort, but also a life of distance. Distance from ordinary experiences, distance from normal routines, and sometimes distance from freedom itself, because the more famous he became, the harder it became to live like everyone else. Being the most famous performer in the world comes with expectations. Fans expect perfection. There is no room for mistakes. That kind of pressure can push anyone to their limits. And for Michael Jackson, maintaining performance and health became a constant responsibility. Long rehearsals, late nights, endless travel. Every show had to be flawless, so preparation became everything. Preparation for concerts, preparation for tours, preparation for life itself. Even years later, people remain curious about Michael Jackson, not just because of his music, but because of the way he lived, a life filled with fame, protection, structure, and constant attention to health and performance. He achieved success that very few people will ever experience, but that success came with challenges that very few people can truly understand. And that's what makes his story so powerful. It's not just about fame, it's about pressure, responsibility, and the cost of living at the top. Michael Jackson changed music forever. His voice, his dance moves, his performances, they became part of history. But behind the spotlight, behind the fame, there was a man living a life carefully managed every single day. A life built around protection, discipline, and survival in a world that never stopped watching. And maybe that's why his story still fascinates millions of people around the world, because it reminds us that even the most famous person on Earth is still human. If you enjoyed this documentary and want to see more real stories like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay curious.